Somebody in the chat here, it wasn't a super chat. I'm trying to find where it was. Somebody asked about did you have any interaction with Van Hammer from WCW? The wrestler Van Hammer.
Um, man, I think that I only had a conversation or two with him. And I can't remember what those conversations were. We were there at the same time, but for whatever reason, I don't remember having too much interaction with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When I think of him, by the way, I always think of William Regal putting him out with the headbutt that allegedly happened at a after hours kind of thing where all the boys were around a social setting, I believe at a pool table, and something happened. I don't know the whole story, but Van Hammer, I guess, was being offensive and aggressive towards Regal. And according to the story, Regal like headbutted him really hard, bam, and like just put him out like real quick like that. And I've always respected and admired William Regal because he's the real deal. You know what I mean? I used to, around this same time, which was 92, 93 in WCW when we were all there, Van Hammer, Regal, myself, Max Payne. Um, who else was there? Well, Steve Austin, Brian Pillman. Um,
Mustafa?
yeah, I worked with Mustafa back. Yeah. And was Sting there? I don't know.
Yeah.
Larry Zabisco was
Kev
there.
with
Jim,
Nash?
Jim Barnett. It seems like he would have to be, right?
Yeah,
Vader,
yeah.
know,
Vader, okay.
Steiners, I think were. Anyway, when it comes to the three of us being back then, like when I was riding with Regal, like I think we started on the same day, or maybe he was already hired, but was in the office the day that I got hired or something, and we ended up splitting a car, or whatever, and riding around together and stuff. And right away, I could tell he was the real deal, And he told me that he would be the the challenge in at the circus or carnival where they'd have a ring and it was an open invite to the crowd. Anyone that wanted to step in the ring with our guy here and you can last 5 minutes or whatever the challenge was, you'd win this much money or whatever. And he was doing that. Like he was the guy in the ring that would tie people up. And he was doing this when he was really young too. So I knew he was a badass.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Some
Yeah.
of those stories he has too, when he had that podcast he used to do, Gentleman Villain, and wow, like just the experience that he had and the knowledge, obviously he has for everything. Yeah, just a tough sob, and seeing him. I remember the match that we watched, the street fight he had with Fit Finley back in WCW, and it was really well done for being like a parking lot brawl kind of thing. And those guys just laid into one another. It was nuts. So.
He's one of those. He's one of those guys, by the way, that and I said I respect him and admire him. He's also one of those guys that seem like they could possibly get easily offended, and then make you want to kind of like tiptoe on that line. You know what I mean? Like there's certain guys like that. Chuck Zito is one of them. I also, from watching the podcast, we talk about Joey Merlino a lot. He's one of them. There's several of these guys, and it's just like when I'm talking to them, like all I got to do if I say something about fucking who knows, whatever, blah blah blah, and they go, "Excuse me," and then it's like, "Fuck, what did I just say? Did I just offend this motherfucker?" Like what did I say? Do I need to say it different, or should I tell him what I just said? What just happened? And
Yeah.
Regal's kind of like that, where he could just be like, he could just be like, I beg your pardon, and it's whoa, what? You got to hold on, make sure I didn't offend you. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
people like that, and he's always been like that, where it's like we're cool, right?
Yeah,
You
we're good. Are we good? We good?
like me?
Yeah, you like me? Are we okay? We okay? Um, Andrew Vincent Brown, thank you. He just says totally digs these shows. I make sure I hit like. So thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that.
Boom! Thank you.
Yes,
If
absolutely,
only
absolutely.
more people did that. It's always a small percentage of the views that actually hit like.
Yeah,
I personally, whenever I watch YouTube, like I always hit like right off the bat. Like even before I watch the video, I figure like, you know what, I'm gonna do my part. I feel like if I stuck my head in the room, then I feel like I gotta drop my business card, and be like, okay, you had a visitor here, good. You got me hooked with the thumbnail or whatever, even if it sucks and I leave. But that's when I'm on my computer. If I'm watching on my TV in the gym, then it's not so easy.
yeah.
Then I got to have my remote control, and then I got to fucking hit up, just to get it to come back on, and then maybe hit up again, and then over, and then highlight the fucking circle that's got the thumbs up. So,
Yeah.
so I owe a lot of people from watching in the gym that I normally would give likes to.
Take note. You're like on the treadmill and you're like taking notes, like, okay, gotta make that one, that one, that one.
Got to be a lot of our viewers too. That's got to be why they don't all hit like, right?
Yeah, right, right. Yeah,
Maybe
but
on
guys,
the phone or whatever, it's not as easy. It's easy as fuck on the computer,
right,
fucking put the mouse there, boom.
right
Fuck
there.
yeah, like, and I hit subscribe too, bitch.
That's it. We appreciate the efforts, everyone.